And welcome to Street Stories Unpaved. Mike Montecalvo and Johnny Villella. It's a new year.
2026, baby.
I don't know if we have a new attitude.
Listen, I'm trying to come out positive. I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah, of course it is. We want to thank everyone for joining us. We hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. Of course, we did. We did leave some best of for everyone, but we appreciate all the people that have downloaded the WPRI 12 free TV app to see not just the last Dawn of Providence, which was a huge success, and we repeated our show a couple of times, but all the other programming that we have on here, including Street Stories Unpaved.
Yeah, we did a Christmas special.
Didn't it seem like that was
just for clarification, by
months
the way,
ago?
It seems like it was 7 months ago. Clarification, it did not take us a month to do an hour-long special. I added it up the other day. It took us about 7 hours to do an hour-long special. We shot it on a Friday, edited it sporadically on a Saturday, sent it on a Monday.
So what we did, and we've done this now the last 5 years. Actually, the last 3 years we've done an hour.
Yeah.
We can't get all the street stories because we've done like 45 within the year, but we tried to do some of the ones that were really highlighted and bits and pieces of others.
Yeah.
And just kind of highlight what we've done over the last year.
We did a lot of good ones. That special was really good. We had 17 stories in the hour-long special and a bunch in the montage at the beginning. So we covered pretty much everything, and it was we put it together last minute. There was a lot going on in December, as you know, news-wise. A lot of tragedy going on in Providence, and so we had a few days to put it together. We wanted to do something else with the Look Lives with you, but it didn't work out because of time-wise.
And by the way, so Dr. D, Dr. D'Alessandro, we featured him, I think it was kind of in the fall, if I go with him. Okay. He was a pediatrician in Johnston, 92 years old. He retired. He was like the second piece of the special. I'm at the Penguin Plunge for Special Olympics on New Year's Day. Somebody comes up to me and says, I had Dr. D, my brother had Dr.
Everybody
D,
had.
and my kids went to Dr. D'Alessandro.
Everybody and their brother, including people in this place, Corey Welch, Ryan Welch, Anita Buffoni, they all had Dr. D, very popular in the Johnston area there.
Yeah, so you can see that special too. It's on this channel right here. It's also on our website, WPRI.com, if you missed it. You know, going into the new year, Johnny's always trying to tweak things and how we're going to shoot stories. And by the way, if you're tuning into this show for the first time, it's not a typical talk show.
Right.
We kind of take you behind the scenes, kind of show you, why we do a story, why do we write it that way, and why do we shoot stories? Because, Johnny, matter of fact, it's probably true for everybody. They're sitting at home and they're just watching the TV. They don't get all the behind the scenes that goes into it and the different cameras that we can use. It's not just one big camera.
No, we have a multitude of cameras. I mean, this series started back in 2003, so you can imagine how the quality has changed. I mean, I can't watch anything.
You're not using beta anymore.
I'm not using beta or film anymore. To watch the production that we did back in 2003 and now to watch it in 2026 is really something. And like you said, the camera-wise, the editing equipment we have. But this year I was sitting at home during Christmas vacation. I'm like, what am I going to do with Street Stories to make it stand out, make it look a little unique? And I decided to go with, well, we shot a piece yesterday, a boxing piece. It's that we shot it on, aired on Friday. I decided to go with the Canon C200 for this package, which is the first time I'm ever using this camera. We used this camera for the Last Dawn of Providence documentary, and I said to myself, you know what? James Bartone said you might want to learn how to use it, and here we are. So I decided to use this.
Why don't you lift it up a little bit more so people can see it? What's the difference between a camera like that and the traditional camera that news photographers?
Well, you have an 85mm lens on this, so you get a little close-up action. It looks more cinematic, I think, than the news cameras. I mean, our news cameras are top-notch, but I was like, what could we do this year to really stand out and really, bring the viewer into the story? And I was like, you know what, let's break the Canon C200 out and see where it goes. And the piece that aired on Friday, the boxing piece with Ernest and Jeff Shabo, came out really good. And I was satisfied with the look of it. And so I think from now on, going forward, I might not use this all the time, but it will be one of my primary cameras.
And we're going to show you a little piece of that story in just a second. Yeah. And I think when somebody's sitting at home and they're watching this, you get a lot of satisfaction when they say, that looked really cool.
Yeah.
Right? Especially the stories that we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I try to make each story unique. Each story has to have its unique vibe, its music, the way it plays out on TV. So you're not airing the same story every Friday. If you're airing the same story and the same look every Friday, people are going to be like, all right, I've seen this before. Let me turn it off or turn to another station. So anything we can do to up the production value is good.
And by the way, there is planning way ahead of time for those tuning in for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of talking ahead of time of before we go there, whether you're going to shoot by yourself or the two of us go. You know, how are we going to map this out? It changes, by the way, when we get there, because you never know what could happen. But you have to have a roadmap.
Yeah, it depends on the shoot. I mean, sometimes I'll use the C200. Sometimes I'll use my phone. I've been a big phone fan. If anybody watched the Christmas special that aired on Channel 12 with us, the hour-long Christmas special, that was shot on an iPhone 16 Pro. It wasn't shot on a news camera or anything like that. Your look lives, you on camera, iPhone 16 Pro, only the best for you and your coif.
I appreciate that. But the audio went through your camera, though.
Yeah, so I'm basically...
That's an extra step to do.
It is, but, you know, so you want good... I'm a big audio person. I think audio is more important than video sometimes, so you want to make sure you have good audio. So I'm shooting on my phone video-wise with you, but my audio is running through my news camera, so I have to constantly be checking it, giving mic checks. You're giving me a mic check back and forth. So I'm basically taking the video off my phone, but the audio from my news camera.
You know, when you've been doing street stories for over 20 years, you meet a lot of people. When you've been in the business as long as we have, not just street stories, you run into a lot of people, and you get a lot of different tips of stories. And somebody might say, you know, I really loved that street story you did a year ago, 2 years ago. I got something for you now.
Yeah.
And this is what really happened for our street stories last Friday that you can see on WPRI.com.
Yeah.
It was a 62-year-old boxer who got into the ring with somebody who's 54 years old, and I guess he boxed before, but he doesn't consider himself a boxer.
He's the Central Falls High School track and field coach for boys and girls. Ernest, unbelievable. Yeah, he got into the ring with Jeff Shabo, who we've featured on Street Stories before. But like even that story, like I've filmed boxing stories before, hundreds of boxing stories throughout the years. How am I going to make this look different? Decide to go handheld with the C200, and I think the visual of it really stood out for me personally. So we're always trying to change the game up a little bit.
Okay, one of the things that we do with every story, we drop what's called a teaser, a promo to entice people to watch the story on Friday, and we usually drop it during the week. Here was a preview of what we did last week.
I am the head coach for the high school girls. All right, let's go. And boys track and field team at Central Falls High School.
What?
January 10th, I'm gonna prove that at my age, that I can still use my hands.
Whoever walks through those doors at our gym, we're gonna train them to be the best fighter that they can be.
January 10th, let's get it. I can still be physical. Practice makes permanent. 54 years young. Jeff Shabo. I have a 5-year-old son to live for, so take it easy.
He's about 9 years younger than me.
He's actually an inspiration for me. Having fun with it, raising money for my track club. Fast track kids make it to the national championship, and you really don't want economics to be a hinder in their travel.
And we're taping this on a Wednesday. The fight is on Saturday, so that's why we're not telling you the results of it, but you can see the story on WPRI.com.
Fun story.
Yeah, it was. And you know, the thing after you put it together, and I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm thinking, okay, here's a guy. By the way, the kids are running in the hallway because they don't have a gym right now because it's under construction or whatever.
The track is under construction for Central Falls.
So they're running in the hallways at Central Falls High School.
Why,
so that's dedication. But he said something that was interesting. He's trying to be an example for these kids, and when you watch the piece, he says that. He's not asking them to do anything that he wouldn't do. He's 54 years old. I mean, it's not old, but think about it.
I was watching him in the ring. I mean, he was, I mean, for a guy that's never really boxed before, he was keeping up. He had 3 2-minute rounds to go through, and I thought he was keeping up really good for a guy who's, what, 54, you said?
He's 54.
And what's Jeff?
Jeff's going to be 63 in April, so he's 62.
Age is nothing but a number, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to get in the ring with either one of them, so that's all right. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, you're going to see someone familiar. BarberShop Love, what was that? Well, he's got a great business going, and he's helping out kids, especially one with special needs. We'll do that when we come back. And welcome back to Street Stories Unpaved. I'm Mike Montecalvo, Chief Videographer Johnny Villella, and that guy there with the baseball hat on is Ramos. We featured Ramos
a few times.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the last time. It was a few months ago.
With Caleb, yeah.
Caleb.
And then they were doing push-ups or sit-ups in the shop.
Yeah.
So Ramos owns Barbershop Love. He is more than just someone who cuts hair, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I think that we really like the story.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to be a successful business person, and I know you are. Congratulations for that. But I think, you know, reaching out and giving someone a job who might not have had another job before, because people with developmental disabilities, you know, they're behind the 8 ball a lot, and people don't want to hire them. And you wanted to give Caleb a job. Why?
It started off, he was a client, and quickly showed that he loves what we got. He loves the environment, and he used to constantly ask, "Hey, could I just sweep up?" And sometimes he wouldn't even ask. You'll just see him. He'll come in. He'll just start picking up the broom. He's sweeping, and it just catapulted, and it kept going, and the snowball effect. And here we are today. Now he's a team member.
Yeah, I mean, just an incredible story. Such a good-hearted kid. Just a genuine, good. You're both genuine, both guys. That's why. And they asked me how do you get these stories? What do you see? I'm on your Instagram page. I think you posted something with him outside the shop, and I said, "There's the story right there." I mean, we could do barbershop stories all day long, but when you incorporate someone, two best friends, you guys are like two best friends in there, and he appreciates everything you do. You can tell he was genuine. He has to have his birthday party in the shop. I think you said yes to it. I want to have my birthday. Can we have our birthday in the shop or
There
no?
was a moment with Caleb that hit me, right? So one day, it was his birthday. He shoots me a text, "Hey, could you come to my birthday dinner?" I'm like, "I can't make it." I was going, but he thought I wasn't. And it was at Twin Oaks. So I go all the way there. I walk in, I surprise him. He starts crying. And he's like, "It's the best birthday ever." You know, no one ever told me that. No one ever, my presence didn't mean that much. So with him, you know, and he calls my wife, "Is Ramos okay if I don't answer him?" He calls the barbershop, he calls JP the DJ, he calls my whole team, and I'm always with a team. I think you can't do it alone. And first and foremost, I want to give you guys your flowers, because Street Stories, they do the due diligence. This is the only platform that goes out their way and seeks the information. They just don't pick up the phone when there's a story to be told. So anyone out there that does content that does anything like that, just know when you're shooting content, you never know who's watching. You never know who's going to reach out. So it was powerful that you reached out, because we did that with no hidden intent. We didn't do the story with Caleb, like, let's see what happens. No, it was just my brother just showing some love. So I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, appreciate you. How did you get started?
I get started?
Hair, yeah.
Oh, man, funny story, man. And this is the truth. And this is why, you know, even coming here, I have my daughter with me. I second guessed. I was like, should I throw a blazer on? Should I be like Mike? Should I? Said,
Mike's got to go on and do the news. That's why he's dressed up like this.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show full transparency 2026. You know, being a barber is someone that can just comfortably be them and make an extraordinary amount of money if you're in the right headquarters. So I started by doing bad and found the good. When I was younger, I went to the training school, and they had a program with Atomic Salon with Peter Montecalvo.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. Yeah. And it was, if you cut hair and you're doing good, you get to go outside, you're selling. I was like, that's a no-brainer. And fast forward, you know, when I got out of there, they gave me an opportunity. And rightfully so, I was too young to even be in the shop. But they knew that opportunity saved my life. And I'll always be grateful, because I'm in a situation to help out kids that are 14, 15. But I'm like, legally, you're not able, and, you know, you need the proper licenses, sanitary things. I can't hire you. But I got strategic. You know, matter of fact, I can do something where you can come help out at the shop. At least I have you in the headquarters where we're doing the right thing. And thank God that did happen to me, and my life changed drastically.
Yeah, Street Stories was built off your story, basically. Going through a struggle and then overcoming adversity and giving back, basically. Isn't that what this series is?
Yeah.
And you're a perfect prime example of that. And the way you give back, I mean, how many shops do you have now?
We have 4 total and 2 barbershops.
How does that make you feel? I mean, you started off small, now look at you.
Oh man, we're still going, man. We're still searching. We're still thriving. So
when you were at the training school, did you ever think that this was possible for you?
I thought only people that had the Cadillacs and the jewelry and the Rolexes were drug dealers if they were black. There's no way you're cutting hair and making all that money. There's no way. So once again, big shout out to Peter Montecalvo. He knew exactly what he was doing by putting me under his wing. He pulled up in a Cadillac. He had Gucci. I'm like, you sure you're just cutting hair? And sure enough, they owned at that time like 25 Atomics. So, you know, here I am. You know, I learned from some of the best people. So, yeah.
And you're traveling.
Oh,
worldwide.
This is the big difference. You know, you can't, you can't try to just change what's around you. Sometimes you gotta go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Rhode Island is a very small space. We all know each other.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to really get the accomplishments that you think you deserve. So sometimes what I did was, and thank God I have friends that are willing to just get up on a drop of a dime, we started traveling more. And then we started going to expos. We started going to where, like-minded people are at. And quickly while we did that, I started realizing I had way more value. My followers started going up. I had people amazing asking, hey, could I take a picture with you? Once that started happening, I said, oh, we're on to something. And that's when we made the decision to go all the way out to Bali, Indonesia. And we partnered up with a company called Rewind. Fat Joe, a lot of big artists are part of that. And it was a semi-permanent hair dye. And we applied it to some people out there. There's a park called Kuta Skate Park in Indonesia. And I felt like rock stars, bro. I went there, and these are things I do in my local resources in my hometown. And I feel like it didn't get the attention I thought. Yeah. When I went to Indonesia, and I found the cameraman out there. A lot of people think they need all of the perfect cameras, the lightings. We went out there with no cameraman, with nothing. Just went out there and said, hey, we went on an excursion. You know how they try to sell you the pictures? I said, I like the video, I like the picture. What's your name? Could I hire you? So when he got out of work, I was like, show me around Indonesia. Yeah. Brought me to a skate park. I met a young kid named Sonny, an amazing kid. He just got an endorsement there with Red Bull. He's like 6. I met him when he was like 4. God. And you meet all these people. I cut his hair, and I looked around. We had like 50 kids, the moms, they're crying. I'm like, we're like famous out here. And that was some dopamine that you couldn't shake off. So when we came back out here, I had plans to open up expos and do things in my hometown. Yeah. And we're taking off.
I mean, you must pinch yourself when you're out there and be like, where I started from. I'm in a jail cell. How many years you served?
I did 12 to serve in the training school.
Unreal. And now you're traveling and
traveling the world
and making a positive impact.
All right. You know what? Let's show the story that we did with Ramos in BarberShop Love.
Gotta get you right for the news.
Yes, sir.
An unbreakable bond.
Did you ever think that you was gonna be on the news?
No.
Now, how's it feel?
Awesome. I'm gonna have to get bodyguards next.
You might need some protection, brother. You gotta get bodyguards?
Yeah.
Forged inside a local barbershop.
Will it be okay if I could have my 23rd birthday here?
Yes. We will have it here at the shop.
2 people.
Excited, man? You gonna be on the news?
Yes.
And you're doing a great job.
Never expecting to be buddies.
Check that out.
That's cool.
That one's for you. You can have that one.
Oh, thanks.
That is until Caleb Nicholas Jones
Let's go.
walked into a local salon looking for a haircut.
What was your favorite moment between me and you?
The birthday dinner we had.
He got much more than that.
He's the best barbers in Rhode Island.
This is history in the making. Rhode Island first ever Rhode Island Barber Expo.
A lifelong friend in Sherwin Ramos.
He's nice and loving.
Caleb, I love you, man.
And caring.
No matter what obstacle you get through in life, you gotta go day at a time.
And special.
What he means to me, you can touch people from all over the world. The definition of loyalty, honesty, transparency.
I'm grateful for my brothers and dad and mom.
And vulnerability. He's all of that in one, and he just leads with his heart. So I love him.
Ramos saw something in Caleb.
Color coordinate him.
All right.
I like someone that can honestly tell me exactly how they feel.
Putting BarberShop Love hats on the racks.
So I think that's more of a strength than a weakness.
He was born with a hole in his heart. Another challenge, living with IDD, intellectual disability disorder.
BarberShop Love is a special place to be at.
Ramos trimmed away Caleb's disability.
I like working with my team at BarberShop Love.
To highlight
BarberShop Love is a safe place to be at.
His ability.
And he was just so supportive from the beginning that it was only right that we had to give him opportunity. My brother, you are all set. You can handle our social media, so you can do some remote stuff, but also getting the people skills, interacting with the people.
Hello, BarberShop Love, how can I help you? Ramos and his staff welcomed me to be part of his team at BarberShop Love. Sweep the floor, clean mirrors, clean chairs, clean the windows.
He's an asset, never a liability, and he's a big Bruno Mars fan, so anyone that's watching this, tap in, tag Bruno Mars.
It's been said, a true friend accepts who you are, but also helps you become who you should be.
My message is here, please be kind to others.
There's a prime example of what we do production-wise.
Yep.
You don't have a lot of, you make your own angles, right? Move people around. You don't want the subject in the same spot. It gets boring, so just move them around. Luckily, your shop is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
And by the way, I texted Ramos today. Earlier this morning, I said, hey, what's your schedule like today? Meaning, do you want to come on this? He's like, why, you need a haircut? I'm like, dude, I'm bald, man.
That's
I'm
why
bald.
I'm wearing the hat.
That's why I'm wearing the hat.
All right, real quick, give yourself a plug. How can people get a hold of you?
You can find me on all platforms, Ramos, the Worldwide Barber, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. The BarberShop Love on all social media platforms also.
New shop, real quick?
New shop, North Providence, 1998, Mineral Spring Avenue. It's the biggest barbershop in North Providence, and we have private suites. We have 15 chairs. It's amazing.
All right, so best of luck, Ramos.
Thanks for
All
coming.
right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, one of our favorite people, Josie, passed away just a couple of days ago. We remember her with a story that we loved when we come back. Just after the new year, we lost one of our favorites, Josie Finnegan, 104 years old, passed away. She went out the way she wanted, cleaning the house. Here's a story on Josie.
I am 104 years old, just a baby.
Age is just a number.
Oh, God almighty. Women here are completely different compared to my era.
Even if it's a big one. People are always asking, where do you get these street stories? This week we got it from our former co-worker and friend, Wendy Curtis. You're going to meet a fabulous 104-year-old woman who still works here at the Ocean Mist. Let's go inside and meet her.
Wait, what's your favorite channel, seriously?
Oh, Channel 12.
Thank you.
This Spitfire is
Usually you don't like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
104-year-old Josie Finnegan.
I'm Mike.
How are you?
How are you? Nice meeting you.
As you can see,
He's so busy, he never stops.
He doesn't. That's what keeps him young.
Yeah, yeah.
this matriarch doesn't hold back.
All of a sudden, yeah, I'm a celebrity, yeah.
How do I make it to 104 years old?
You don't wanna. It isn't easy getting old.
Why not? I kind of want to.
No, believe me, it's no fun.
Josie was born in 1921.
My husband and I did an awful lot.
24 years later, she married her soulmate, Terry Finnegan, in Atlantic City.
Yeah, I know a lot of languages.
After the I-do's, off he went to serve our country in World War II.
How do you say good morning in Polish?
I said, dobry wieczór.
They celebrated 53 years of marriage before his passing in 1998.
Just 104.
27 years later,
You have good genes.
Pick her up once a week,
This is the original CHAG group.
come to work.
Josie still has spunk.
You gotta move, move, move. How you doing?
Josie, what's your secret to making it to 104?
There's no secret. We worked very hard. He hasn't stopped. I've been doing what I've been doing all my life, even now, except slow.
Josie, how come you haven't retired yet?
Hi, how are you? Because you gotta keep busy.
Josie still works 1 day a week for her son Kevin at the Ocean Mist in South Kingstown,
I could write a book.
Her and my dad are responsible for this.
making sure the bar is shiny.
I don't get paid.
I don't get paid, she said.
Ocean Mist owner Kevin Finnegan.
A lot of times I want to go home at 10 or 11, but she's still watching the band, so I can't go home before my mother.
Walt Disney once said, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional.
Said you don't want me to make it to 104. My wife wants me to make it to 104. What are you going to say to her?
No, something's wrong with them in the head.
We loved Josie. May she rest in peace.
Live a life, man.
Yeah.
What a sweetheart.
So we're thinking of everyone at the Ocean Mist. By the way, she's 104. Look who we have in the studio right here. She is 8 years old. Her name again is Willa May. Did I say it?
Mayla May.
Mayla May. So Mayla, you have got a long way to go to get to Josie. Thank you very much for watching Street Stories Unpaved. We'll see you next week.